What up, my YouTube peeps? No more ranting, no more getting angry. It's time to talk about good movies now. And before I start, I just want to give a quick shout out to my good friends, Horror Fan 34, and and Rob. I believe the name is Rad Reviews now. Um, they've sort of made a comeback, so they've been away for a while. They've been making videos. Rob has shit. He's been made like 20 videos now, in the last week or so. So I still haven't caught up, Rob. So I'll get there. But anyway, shouts to those guys. Uh, Neither of them were making videos in the past weeks or so, but they have now. They're back, and I gotta sort of keep up, I guess. Anyway, but as you can tell from the title, I'm going to review the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Gonna keep doing horror films. Gonna keep reviewing horror films for the Halloween season. But anyway, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. For the most part, it still holds up. I don't have that many complaints. I do have like one or two issues. They're not the big a deal, but yeah, it's a disturbing film. It works. Very interesting way to film a movie. It's low budget and it does have that documentary feel to it, like everyone says. Yeah, and it's not gory, but definitely there is disturbing images and gory scenarios going on, but you don't see the blood. It's all seen from a certain point of view where you don't see the brutalness and the violence, but it is right there, and that's what makes it pretty much interesting and actually more scarier. But pretty much, I mean, the movie's about. It's directed by Tobe Hooper, who went on to direct Poltergeist and other stuff. But this is pretty much the movie that made him who he is now. And the story is pretty much about a group of 5 characters. They're pretty much, I guess, hippies. It was the 70s, and they're driving off in their van in Texas, and they end up picking up a hitchhiker. This is it's a different time. Picking up hitchhikers was not a taboo like it is now. I think fucking does that anymore. But to pick up a hitchhiker, and he's just a weird, crazy guy taking photos, and he burns it, and he gets the guy in the wheelchair, his knife, Franklin. I'll get to Franklin later, but he gets his knife, and then the hitchhiker cuts himself right here like that, and he freaks everyone out. And then he grabs Franklin's arm and cuts his arm, and they kick him out of the van. So, they get freaked out, and they're trying to leave, and they end up in a desert area, and they see a house, and that is the house of the maniacs, pretty much, where you get to meet Leatherface, and we all know the scene where the guy is in the house, and he's hearing pig noises and shit like that, and he trips, and you first see Leatherface with the hammer and just fucking hit the guy in the head, and that sound effect sounds so real, by the way. It's like gruesome shit. He just like that hits him, And the guy's like, you know, shaken up, and Leatherface hits him again, drags him, and then closes the door, and you hear the sound effect of. And that's the sound effect of the music, pretty creepy. And that's what also thing I like about the movie is the weird music. Goes really well with the tone of the film. It's like dun, 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 dun. And then the other characters don't know what's going on. You have the girl, um, who goes in there, and not the main girl, Sally, the other girl. And then she trips and she lands. She's in a room like full of bones, and there's chickens, and she sees that there's like it's human bones. She freaks out and she's Leatherface, and Leatherface grabs her and puts her in the meat hook, while she kills the other guy with the chainsaw. And then you have the other characters, Sally, the main girl, and her brother Franklin, who's in the wheelchair. And I don't know if this is a popular opinion or not, but I fucking hated Franklin. He was so annoying. Come here, Franklin. Come in. So fucking so every time there's a scene like early in the movie where they take him out of the van so he can pee in a little cup, and then he trips because there's a car that goes by so fast and knocks his wheelchair into a hill, down a hill, and he just falls off. And I think that's fucking hilarious because he's so annoying in the movie. Sally, when do you think it's coming back? Sally, he does the stupid shit like shut the fuck up, Franklin. You're annoying as shit. That's one of the little minor problems I have with him. Franklin is goddamn annoying. But and then the other guy. So Leatherface kills 2 people, and then you get the other guy. He tries to look for those 2 characters, and then he finds the girl in like pretty much a freezer, an ice box, and she's pretty much halfway dead. She's a little frozen. He opens the ice box. She jumps out, freaking out, and then he turns around. He sees Leatherface with a hammer, and he's like, "Ah!" And Leatherface hits him right in the face. While Sally and Franklin are waiting in the van. So Franklin and Sally decide to look for the other characters. And Franklin's so annoying. Sally's trying to push Franklin, and she's trying. He's a little heavy, and the way where they're walking, it's hard to even just push someone in the wheelchair. And all of a sudden, he has a flashlight. Oh god, the scene where they're like, "Give me the flashlight!" No, give me. He's so annoying. Anyway, he has the flashlight looking. They're screaming, saying calling the names, the other character's name, trying to look for them, and all of a sudden, Franklin says, I think I hear something, and it's Leatherface pops up and kills Franklin. And you don't see it. You see him going, ah! Sally's freaking out. She runs off. I'm like, oh god, thank you. Franklin's out of this picture. And not to disrespect the actor, because the actor has passed away now, play Franklin, but just the character, the way he was written, just to get on people's nerves. He was getting in Sally's nerves too. So she freaks out while Leatherface is killing him. She tries to run. She finds the house. Doesn't know that's Leatherface's house. uh, goes upstairs and um, sees like corpse of an old woman and a grandpa who is like pretty much dead. He looks dead, but he's still alive some way somehow. She freaks out. She jumps out of the window, falls, runs away from the house while Leatherface chasing her. Um, and then she ends up in a gas station where they showed up early in the film, where this weird cook guy was selling barbecue, and and the cook happens to be a part of the family, and he ties her up and he's hitting her with a broom like hey, and the cook's played by Jim Saito, who also has passed away. He ties her up, takes her back to the house, and I guess they never really confirmed this, but I always thought that he was. I guess he's the dad of Leatherface. I guess he kind of does act like a dad, but and then it's revealed that the hitchhiker is also part of the family, of course. Um, he's Leatherface's brother, and that's where you get the infamous or famous, either way you want to call it, the dinner scene where Sally's tied up, and you see the cook, the hitchhiker, and Leatherface eating at the table, and she's screaming, and they're kind of just like mocking her. And that's where you get some of the humor in the movie, the black humor, where the cook is screaming at the hitchhiker and saying, "Look what your brother did to this door." Leatherface broke the door while he was trying to chase Sally, and hitchhiker's making fun of the cook. You're just a cook, and Sally's freaking out. She don't know where the hell she's at. And that's where you get the close-up of her face and a real good close-up of her eye. It's really freaky shit. And that's my favorite part of the movie. Like the entire third act is so great, so disturbing, so well done. And of course, you get another great scene where they bring Grandpa over and they give Grandpa the hammer to hit Sally with. And of course, he's so old, he can barely pick up the hammer. And he's trying to hit her. He keeps dropping. And all of a sudden, they're helping him out, like they're pushing his hand so he can hit her. So he can feed him her blood. Because they're cannibals. And that's where she escapes, tries to escape. She jumps through the window and is running, and the hitchhiker and Leatherface are chasing after her. And that's where you get the crazy ending where a trucker comes by, he stops. Actually, Sally and the hitchhiker end up in the middle of the road, and that's where you get the trucker, and he accidentally runs over the hitchhiker, just fucking brutally running him over. And Leatherface is still chasing after Sally, and then the trucker gets out. And they're running together, and then the trucker gets this I don't know what it's called. It's like a hammer. It's like what was it? It's like a screwdriver? No, not screwdriver. I always forget names of things sometimes. But it's how we call it, the big piece of metal, like a hammer. He throws it at Leatherface, hits him right in the head, and he falls and saws his own leg. truck just keeps running, and Sally's running, and then all of a sudden a guy in a little truck stops by, and then he offers Sally a ride. That's weird because two like two out of nowhere characters kind of save the day, and they have no lines, but the other guy, um, he offers Sally a ride, and she tries to get on the back, and Leatherface is coming closer and closer, and he barely misses her. She gets on, and the guy drives, and she's like, "Go, go, go!" And she's so relieved that she survived. And Leatherface is just, the scene where he's, the Leatherface dance or chainsaw dance, as they call it, starts, freaking twirling with his chainsaw in the middle of the road, and and the movie ends. So yeah, pretty much, not much of a review. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, this movie still holds up for the most part. Didn't like the Frank character, and and all the characters that died, they're okay. I only really like all the characters, the main characters, not the villains. The other characters, Sally, I only really liked her. And good thing she survived. But the family's creepy. The face played by Gunnar Hansen. He doesn't talk, and that's what's great. He kind of just moans, or he screams when he is about to attack somebody. He's like a man-child in a way. You have that scene after he kills the third guy. Not the third guy, the third character, third victim in the movie. He's like looking out the window. He's kind of freaked. He doesn't understand why these people are just coming in his house, and he kind of like is confused in a way. Like a man-child, It's like he has a brain of a 5-year-old, but he has he's a beast pretty much. The cook, freaky character, crazy old man, but he well acted by Jim Saito, the late Jim Saito. Hitchhiker also creepy, especially the scene early on where he's cutting himself and he's taking a picture. It's like $2. Oh, I live over there. It's not far. And the grandpa, creepy old, just freaky looking, old man. Which is funny because the actor was like 19, playing. They just molded. The makeup was just a mold skin, make him look super old, because he's supposed to be like 100 or something like that. And of course, Marilyn Burns, who recently passed away, sadly, a few months ago. She does great as Sally, the one who survived. And there's also the great narration and the beginning of the movie. But so yeah, I mean, it's still a classic. You could definitely, if you haven't watched it, I don't know why, but I definitely recommend it. I think for someone who's never seen it, I'm pretty sure they would be freaked out by it. Pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, it still holds up. Like I said, I've repeated that over and over again, but Tobe Hooper, this is probably. I mean, a lot of people see Poltergeist as the best film. I don't know. I like this over Poltergeist, to be honest, but I like Poltergeist, but I like this a little bit more. But I think this, like I said, put him where he is now. And this opened the door to, the horror films that we got later on. Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the first of its kind. To go a little more extreme, have a killer with a mask and a signature weapon. A definitive look. And a low budget, and everybody who worked in this movie have all said that it was just gruesome to work in this movie. Hot summer, filming all day. It was bad, but it worked for the film. That ended up being the classic that it was. But anyway, I mean, I really have nothing else to say about this movie except that it's really, really fucking good. I mean, despite the Franken character, it's still a really good movie, and it's still very disturbing to watch, especially the last 20 minutes. I think honestly the last 20 minutes are fucking perfect. That's just like great horror filmmaking right there by Tobe Hooper. I gotta give props to him. He's not my all-time favorite horror director, but this is what horror is about, guys. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, thanks for watching, and tune in next time for my review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, which I'll get to. But yeah, adios.